Well, everybody, it's Awestruck Comics Podcast. Happy Monday. I don't know how you put this up Monday.
It's June 1st, dude.
June 1st.
Mark, happy Pride Month to you.
Of course. Yeah, I got my red, white, and blue. I guess that's not full
Which
rainbow.
which
You
would have
know,
been good
summer.
last month because May is like Veterans Month.
Oh, right.
You know
Right,
that?
right, right.
A lot of people don't know that.
I don't know that.
Well, now
I
you
did
do.
I did not
Now
know
you
that.
do. And knowing Mark, that's half the
It's
battle.
it's half the battle. This is a birthday present from my GF from my girlfriend. We were at a place and this guy had it on and I started talking to him because it says 25% red lasers, 25% blue lasers, and 50% knowing, and
That's
then the
right.
battle. But so I said to him, I said, and then you can fact check me on this.
I will.
I said, I'm pretty sure there's more red lasers. And then he's like, I don't know. And then like we just started talking. That
Because
that was just fun.
the bad guys always shoot first.
I think so. Yeah. No one ever hit each other. That no one ever hit each other in that
It's
show,
because what you
but
didn't know is they were actually just playing a big game of laser tag.
it's very possible.
Hey, do you know where they do hit each other? The G.I. Joe comic. And when that red laser hits you, you're done. You're
You're
done,
done.
dude.
You're done. Is that from the Larry Hama, all that back then
Yeah,
or now?
I don't know
Yeah.
if Larry Hama even had lasers.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think he
not
was
sure.
more like in the real world because he was a vet
Right,
and
right,
he
right.
and he played a vet on MASH, Larry Hama,
Oh, is
which is
that true?
always yeah. Oh yeah, he was on that. He was on MASH. He was like a background guy.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So
He's
he's
had a weird
like,
career because he drew a lot too. I have a Kazar that I got
yeah, he's
recently,
a
and
good
he
artist,
artist as well. Yeah. Apparently he's a real tough editor, but he helped people
but people
like
appreciate it.
progress. Yeah, he was mean, from what I heard, but yeah, but if you it's appreciative,
You
then
know, when
that's
Liefeld
good.
did Snake Eyes, Larry Hama both inked a page of Liefeld's last issue of Snake Eyes, and there's a variant cover that Liefeld inked of Larry Hama's.
Oh
Larry
wow.
Hama did
Oh
a
nice.
variant that yeah, so it's fun. That's fun. That last issue of Snake Eyes, dude. I think we brought it up in the past. But like you got Jerry Ordway and Ed Piskor and Jim Rugg, Tom
Yeah, we
Shawley,
should do it. We can do a
and
page by
and
page. That's fun.
Neil Adams' final artwork is in that book. He inked
Yeah,
a
he
Liefeld
did
double
like the
page
double.
spread.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
that's a Snake Eyes #5 by
Yeah.
Liefeld is a
I have it. I
great
found
great
it. I
comic.
found it in the dollar bin. Crazy.
You find
I
everything in the
found
dollar
that one in
bin.
the dollar bin. I haven't found any of the other ones, but I will. I
You
find
will.
everything. I find everything eventually, you know.
So news wise, what do we got this week, Mark? Or you want to do a
News
couple
wise.
plugs
Well,
first or
yeah,
plugs
plus, I
last?
mean, I made a list last night. I'm going to see if I can do it. I know I say this every week.
This is
Um,
where we lose the people.
yeah,
People
right now.
like watch like 13% of some of our episodes,
Right,
and
right,
we're
right.
like,
This is right here. They
right
lost.
here. They're like
I just want the
plugs.
news.
I
Um,
just want the news. I don't care about
I'm
your.
going to try and photograph a bunch of today, and then that way I have like a pipeline of stuff because I want to do like a hot mood twice a week. I realize like trying to do that every day, I think I would get bored with it, so I'm trying to mix it up with other
Ohatmu
stuff.
is the official Marvel Universe handbook, the
Yeah,
official handbook to the Marvel Universe.
and with Marvel Universe, and then I have an alternate one which I'm doing like an Ohatmu, but it's for
God bless you.
everything else. It's for like like Transformers, Hasbro, like it's
Right.
all
All
sorts of
the
stuff. So all the other like just like that. So, but I in the Ohatmu regular, I still have the Marvel Transformers universe and GI Joe Order of Battle. So I still put that in there. I'm on like C. So, but I do
see.
know it's going to be busy and a bit of everything. But I want to do a Conan post every day if I could. Because I've just so much Conan material at this point. And then I want to kind of rotate A to Z, and then I want to, have to. Unfortunately, everyone has been dying. Robert E. Brown passed this
It's,
week.
that's really sad because we really wanted to interview him, and
Yeah,
we're like, oh, we got to find him. And
yeah.
then
There's a couple '90s guys that we want to
Yeah,
find.
and Andrew Magnum's like, oh, my buddy Rob E. Brown died, and I'm like, what? He was just on Facebook, easy to find.
Right,
Like,
right. You looked him up
like
and you're like, oh, there he is. Shit. And
there
then
he
now he's
is.
gone. Yeah.
Yeah. We liked Robert E. Brown. He was he got big at Marvel in the '90s for having a McFarlane style. I think the reason he didn't get bigger was he always had inkers that wasn't so McFarlane. So his McFarlane pencils were great. His
Mm.
inkers were always they were fine inkers, but they couldn't enhance it more. But like we liked him for he did Over the Edge, which was like a Marvel 99-cent comic. Started I think Daredevil story was first, and then he did a Ghost Rider story later. He
Mm.
did 2 issues of Iron Fist. We I think we've shown on this
Inhuman special.
podcast the Human Special. I think we showed on this podcast his Spider-Man pinups.
Right. Yeah. One in the Sinister Six trade.
Yeah. I didn't follow him to his chaos work. I wasn't a big Insane Clown Posse or Megadeth. I mean, I
Yeah,
like
we
him as
did
much as a
like
normal person, but like,
Osborne Journal. I have like I think I have everything. We did the Marvel Fanfare Volume 2, which was also 99-cent book. Yeah, it was weird. It was kind of a kind of it was more of a I don't want to say I mean it was a McFarlane-esque style, but I feel like his stuff had who should have been his inker and it was his inker on this one, Conan, which I have like a scan of. I don't have it. But there's a Conan book that he did. He did a Savage Sword, which is kind of crazy, like in the 90s. Like he did a
yeah,
Savage Sword like 20-page story. And that's inked by Ray Garcia, who inked Tom Tenney on Forceworks. So that was a good mix. That was a good inker. That was it.
yeah.
But I don't think he ever inked him on his other stuff. It was like Mike Witherby and like it was
He, I think, I
random
think what he
people.
also could have needed, he also could have used like an ongoing book, like give him one book. So like that's how you build
Put him
artists.
on
But Marvel,
Forceworks. Yeah, it could have been like all on Forceworks. That would have been good for him.
yeah, because that,
Because it would have looked like Avengers. I mean, it's a B team Avengers.
or I
You
don't
know,
know, put him on Spider-Man. Who was doing, you had like five Spider-Man books at the time.
or
Put him on
yeah, or
Spider-Man
give them
Unlimited.
on. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Spider-Man Unlimited would have been perfect.
Right.
Quarterly
We
book
don't need
over.
Ron Lim doing that.
Ron Lim,
Was fine.
he could do anything. Ron Lim was bouncing all over the place. You know what would have been
Yeah.
neat? Hulk 2099. That dude would have had a cool style
Mm,
on that book. I also
yeah.
saw what was the other guy's name? Was it Tom Smith died? Who drew Punisher No Escape?
Todd Smith.
Yeah,
Todd Smith. Yeah.
Todd Smith. He died.
Jeez.
I just heard
Oh
that.
man.
I know. It's that,
Todd Smith
these
has some Conan stuff too. It's funny how much stuff bleeds over. There's a lot. I think there's a couple of Larry Hama Savage Tales that he did. He drew Conan for a bit in
well
between. So
the cool thing as an artist drawing Conan is it kind of proves to you that you're more than just a comic artist, that you can draw fantasy and the real world. Because it's always like Conan's always on the seas or in the jungles or in the desert.
horses or yeah. So
Yeah,
it's just
horses,
there's
and
always
there's castles that look Middle Eastern or castles that look medieval. Like there's always something neat, different to draw, or you're creating brand new monsters from the fight. Like it's like
right.
it's an artistic journey to draw that comic.
Yeah, it's and I think I've told you like for whatever reason I've really liked
You
the
like the
King
loincloths,
Conan.
right? Right. You're always down
Well,
with
I
the
always
dudes
thought
in them.
I do love loincloths. But it's the stuff that I like
Don't
in
smell
that
them.
stuff recently.
Do not
Those,
smell them. They are. You don't know how long they've been wearing them for.
right. It's
In
all
the
I think
desert,
all the
in the
like the
jungle.
magic stuff, like the Shumagorath and all that stuff. Like I feel like that's the type of stuff that I like a bit
Yeah.
more, which they're getting into doing Cull stuff in
It's
the
almost
new
like
in this
it,
year of regular Conan Titan books. They're getting into some Cull stuff. And
there's
they
because
already designed how they can fit every Howard character back and forth again. They did it with the Blackstone. They did a way that it was like a portal basically, and then they're all together.
it's always neat
Like
how some of his like magical stuff sounded like Lovecraftian. Like
they were
do
pen
they
pals.
were they
They're
pen pals? I
yeah,
was just gonna ask, like,
they were
was there a
friends, and then
connection
they
there?
wrote letters to each other. Correct. Yeah. So like
All right.
there was something to that. I know Lovecraft talked about like because he knew they asked there was some interview with Lovecraft later on asking about like um the suicide of his friend. You know what I mean? Like,
Ugh,
uh,
yeah.
and he's like, yeah, I wish I was around. So, but anyway, happy stuff, death.
Happy stuff. So
Um, but
I'm on
let's,
Twitter at Robert Messick. Rob Messick? You're Rob Messick on Twitter. Doing a Youngblood cover day. We're doing the crossovers right now, which is funny. I started them before they made the Marvel announcement of Deadpool, Batman.
Batman, more.
We'll talk about that later, I'm sure.
Mm,
But
mhm.
so Rob Messick there, and then I'm still doing the Maximum Supreme Twitter stuff too. You guys know I say it every week. Uh, but just to remind you that it's there.
Yeah, get to it.
So let's get to the news.
Here it is. Udon cuts off diamond. So lots of extra, always, unfortunately, diamond stuff every week. Listen, these companies got to figure it out. We know that from this story here, so Udon's going to slide over. They just got and have a pretty good publishing design for Mega Man coming out. Kind of, I feel like they're taking Mad Cave's uh, design, but who cares? It's a good design.
It works.
Yeah, it's like we have this main series, have this the enemy series, have this manga, like it's this reprint. So and we know that I didn't put it in here, but we know that basically Dynamite had to file last week and have a pretty brief press release explaining and saying like, hey, you're going to see this filing, but yeah, we didn't get paid last month
Ugh.
from Diamond.
You know,
Cool. It's a half a million
Dynamite's
dollars.
Dynamite's such a cool company run by a guy that we like. He's very
Mm,
affable, and like you think Diamond would be like, hey, this guy's not leaving us. Let's pay him to keep him here because his books are selling. They're probably their biggest selling books. Like Thundercats is a big
yeah,
book.
sure. Yeah.
That's a lot of money in Thundercats,
Thundercats,
and
Vampirella,
Vampirella and
Red
Red Sonja,
Sonja. Yeah.
they're having
Red
a
Sonja Minis, the Army of Darkness.
yeah, they're all doing good right now. The Christopher Priest verse over at Dynamite is moving some books.
Yeah.
So who did Udon go with? Did it say?
I think Lunar. Yeah. So I think that's the thing is that and because I think Penguin Random House is hard to, and they're being funky with some stuff too. So I don't understand a lot of that distribution stuff. But yeah, you got to just go where the books can get out and you get paid. That's it.
That's
You
all you
know,
need.
none of these people are operating on high margins. Uh, did you see? I think it was on Hoopla. They had an art of Jack Kirby like Marvel stuff that Dark Horse put out. So they just announced another one of these. But I didn't like that book. I thought that book wasn't very good. They just had the date that it came out. They didn't have any original, and it's just just covers. That's it. And it says like reproduce from archival scans. It didn't really seem so. It just seemed like scans of the regular book. Some of it wasn't the original art, and then it would be courtesy of or whatever. And I'm just like, okay. But they didn't list anchors. They didn't list any of the title. Like it just was really flat. So I don't know. I don't know. This might be a little bit different because it seems this one has essays. The other one I think just had like nothing.
Hmm.
I was just like, okay. I didn't think it was very good. So I'm hoping this will be better. We'll see. We'll see. Um, are these original covers? I don't remember this cover. This
I'm
is
not sure.
so this is Marvel's premiere is Marvel's basically it's DC compact editions, which we
Ah,
like that they're out in the marketplace. They're not digest size, but they're
right.
not as small as the compact. They're a little bit bigger, but they're cheap. They're $15. Whereas compacts are 9.99. These are on 15. Um, I don't think there's a good copy of it. Is there a good version of this
There,
story?
there was
I
a
don't.
no, there was a hardcover, a deluxe
Was there?
hardcover. It was yeah. It was an oversized hardcover, like the ultimate size
Hmm.
collection.
Yeah, I feel like I should have that, but McNiven will talk about in reviews because so I feel like this looks new. I don't remember this image, and that's fine. You know what I mean? It's
It's a
awesome.
really good image.
This seems like a new image too. It doesn't say. I mean, he might. It's possible that AHA did this for like but this is kind of looks like the Hawkeye TV show. You know what I mean? Looks like an advertisement for the Hawkeye TV
Right.
show, which I guess is what that's for. That's fine. But I'm happy that they're kind of keeping this going. I know these are
Yeah,
really inexpensive.
this
The
isn't
Born
for us.
Again.
This is
Mhm.
not for us. We like big versions. We like oversized.
$15.
You
Yeah.
like finding the original issues in dollar bins,
Hmm.
you know. So yeah, get this out there. Get to new generation. I mean, this is a popular book. Both Miller and McNiven are, we talk about McNiven in the reviews this week, and we talk about Miller later in the news. So
Yeah.
get it out there.
I never read this, so this is pretty cool. So only to release Jim Zub and Edwin Huang's Skullkickers. Edwin Huang worked for. It always looked like an udon style. So I don't know if this guy worked for udon. It seems like it looks
I
like it.
I read the first issue and didn't like it.
Yeah.
And then he had like everyone always has artist talent searches. He
Hmm.
had a writer talent search. Hey, write a short story. They do this book once a year called Tales from the Tavern, and they have like it's like an anthology, and they hire new writers to try out. So I'm like, oh shit! So I went and read the whole series. There was like 20 some issues at that point,
Hmm.
and I wrote a short story which I really really liked. I didn't win, sadly, but it did keep me invested in the book, and I did continue reading it till the end. So I didn't like it at first, but the more you read it, the more you like it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's tough. I think any, sword and sorcery storytelling is difficult. You have to have certain elements to it. You have to have like an artist that, like Madware or Ringo. You know what I mean? Those are the two you can think of
They
right off, like
right.
Telos, Battle Chasers. That's it. So to try to do it again, you're like, well, it's a little
It's
daunting.
it's
You
hard
know,
to get into worlds all the time. Everyone wants the world built, and there's only so many worlds that your brain can handle. I think
right?
at the same time, like Game of Thrones was coming out, and I was really invested in that world, and uh, the Dark Tower comic came out, and I that actually was a book I
That's
gave up
15 years
on.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all about the same, time.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. You're talking about the Dark
So
Tower comic, or you're talking about the
comic,
movie?
yeah,
Didn't they do the movie and it just failed? Like they did a movie and it was supposed to go.
yeah,
Then they were supposed to do like a TV
HBO show.
show and like it just oof, that
It
was
was
a.
like Matthew McConaughey was attached at one point. Ron Howard was attached at one point. Did Ron Howard do the movie? I don't even know who did the movie.
I don't think so. Yeah, but Ron Howard was supposed to do the TV show and McConaughey was all supposed to kind of go backwards. I don't know. It just seemed like a nightmare. Um, but yeah, but that's good. But yeah, it looks like it seems like that they already kind of somewhat crowdfunded this. And then I don't know if Oni just like renewed it or something or had some type of licensing thing.
All right.
Here's all the boring variant covers for Captain America. This is the main cover, which I think is a pretty good cover, but I don't know why the Valerio Schiti cover is not the number one. And this comes out July 2nd, so 4th of July week.
4th of July, Captain America, six
Um,
dollars.
$6. This is a weird like that's your variant. You're literally going to have like I don't know. I guess I kind of like the binding, like having that in there. I think that's kind of neat.
It's
Um,
I don't know why it's not a bigger deal. I don't
they
know.
can't make it. They just can't.
Well,
I
the
don't
bigger
think.
deal,
You mean Marvel? Like is
the
Marvel
bigger
promoting
deal
this
is
or
next year. Next year, you better have a friggin' I want a new bicentennial Captain America Treasury size
Bicentennial
book.
Battles?
Yeah, because it's the quarter millennial. I don't know what they're going to call it. But next year's 250 for the United States. Give me something good. Give me everyone who owns a patriotic character should be putting out a bicentennial style battle.
Shield.
Give me a Larson Super Patriot. Give me a Liefeld Die
Legend of
Hard.
the Shield.
Archie should do a Shield book. Yeah. No, 100%, Mark. 100%. Fighting American. Give me a new Fighting American book.
Hmm, I don't know
You
about
know what?
that.
I'm going to do it. I'm going to kickstart a Treasury book and have a story of give me a Shield story. Give me a Die Hard story. Give me everything that's not Marvel. I like this. It's
What
ugly,
is he
but
breaking? What's happening?
he was obviously in a glass bowl. The Red Skull. So stupid to put him in a glass bowl.
Wh- I don't know what he's breaking out of. I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, Mark.
I don't know. The chainmail's weird. I don't know. It's
It is
okay.
weird.
This is a weird 1 in 50. I guess this was a pinup
Didn't
somewhere.
didn't we talk about this?
We did, yeah. But I feel like the coloring here looks a little different, or at least the trade dress. The Captain America's now behind him. Meh.
It's very weird
Um,
for Ramita. This is boring.
yeah, the Chip Zdarsky, that's okay. I mean, he isn't. I mean, it's
It's
just dark
it's
design.
stylistically nice.
Yeah, but that should be your one. That's Valerio Schiti. I think that's the best
That's a
cover.
that's a that's a very good cover.
Yeah.
No
There's
Casada variant. I'm very surprised.
no, nope. Um, all right, Fantastic Four variant cover, same thing. This is July
Did,
9th.
did you read Picture Mike? Did you read the Free Comic Book Day Fantastic Four story?
No,
No, it's pretty good. It's cute. It's short. It's
no.
Ramos North. It's good.
I've read the Conan one only. Not just.
You didn't
I
read
have
the
a stack of
Energon
them.
one or the DC one or well, you read the
No.
DC one because they put the Superman story in Superman Unlimited number
Yeah, yeah,
one.
yeah, yeah, yeah. And I read the other one, the other side of it, which was the Dennis Camp one, which was kind of like the him. I think Dennis Camp, unfortunately, is he's basically in two universes going like these universes are not cohesive. How can I help here? Like because that was his story, and that was like okay, yeah, they are.
He's
They're
jamming.
together.
Yeah,
They're
he's
together.
jamming the absolute. So he's answering your questions of these aren't in the same
They're not in the
universe.
same universe, and yeah, because that's and actually what's bad is in this week in reviews day, like his Martian Manhunter went, it's going further this way, and I'm like,
I
oh
love
no
it.
no, no. and
I
and
love
it's
it.
it's good, it's very good, yeah, it's very good. So this was a Buscema pen up. I think it was an annual, right around this time, so it's kind of fun. You have Medusa, Titania, Agatha with Beans on her lap there.
It looks like beans.
This is a really good thing. It's a really good cover. So I imagine that the first so many issues he's going to have before. I think I might have seen the second one of this too, but that's
That's
great.
cool.
That's
That's
really
a
good.
really good drawing of the thing.
Openia. It's a 1 in 25.
That's my opinion.
So far, no color version of this yet. So, but Claudio Castellini, bring him back.
Bring him back, dude.
Get it done.
You know who?
Give me that as
You
a
know
poster.
when I see Claudio Castellini, I'm like, just bring back Ladron. Give me a Ladron FF cover.
Hmm.
He's
Yeah.
so good.
Ladron, yeah, Ladron. Remember, he did the Planet Hulk covers when they first started, and they were awesome.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, he did a run on he did like 10 or 12 Green Arrow covers.
oh, that's
And
right. Yeah,
so
yeah.
so,
This
so
is
this was
this is
one of the
The Marvel DC announcement, which was
pretty big news.
I don't want. I think that I'm like Deadpooled out, man, dude. I think I'm out. I think I'm fried. I think I have a bad taste in my mouth on like the all the Justin Baldoni shit. Like the fact that I know that like Nice Pool, which was a creation and like added in, and it didn't really add plus minus to the movie. If anything, it minus the movie for me. Because the joke kept coming up, and I'm like, all right, I got it. You know what I mean? Like, and just, but now that I know, like, literally, that's just like a goof on someone. I don't know. It seems mean. It's a mean situation, and it only solidifies the different stories that I've heard with Ryan Reynolds being mean. So because he's so synonymous with Deadpool, I can't not. I guess it used to be good. Remember, we used to read Superman and be like, "Oh, I hear Christopher Reeve." You know, some of that could have faded, but I feel like with different Batman, Brayfogle Batman, I hear I'll hear Keaton. I feel like
Yeah,
later on I might hear Conroy. You know what I mean? But
right, right.
so when you're looking at these things reversed, uh, like yes, Deadpool is that, and even the Deadpool Wolverine book right now is like slightly annoying. I like this issue, the one we'll talk about later,
All right.
because there's a lot less
Um, I'm
Deadpool dialogue.
excited. When I first heard Batman Deadpool, I'm like, it's kind of an eye roll. Batman, of course, is DC's most popular character of all time. Deadpool is Marvel's most famous media character. He
Right?
can't keep a comic published right now. They just can't seem to
No.
find the right. It just doesn't seem to work. They keep bringing it back and canceling it, bringing it back, canceling it. But the creative teams on this are like ridiculous. Like the idea of because DC's, I'm really looking forward to. It's Grant Morrison, Dan Mora. It's the Claws team back together.
Right.
Um, I
Not
think that book will be
Claus team like
right.
Wolverine Claus,
No, like Santa Claus.
Santa Claus.
They did a really good Santa Claus book, which is just funny to say out loud. Um, so I'm excited about that one. And the Marvel one is Zeb Wells and Greg Capullo. Zeb Wells is great. He's consistently a good writer. Greg Capullo, I like. Depends on who inks him.
Yeah, I don't know that to me, I'm just like,
I feel like
you
I feel
know.
like Wolverine Revenge got better every issue. I think by the last issue, like I really like the artwork in that.
Yeah,
So
he
hopefully,
might have needed to warm up. I'm not sure. You know, like it's I I don't know if I care about this at all. Like I don't know. There's not to me, I'm not interested in like their dynamic together talking. Batman, Captain
Deadpool,
America,
Deadpool's an
yes.
assassin.
What was there? There were like Batman, Punisher. Yes, I'm interested in what dynamic they're going to talk.
Oh yeah,
You know, actually, what's funny about that is that like I don't think I've ever
Kid.
read the Kitson one. I never read that Asbats one.
I did. It was fine.
Yeah,
It was fine. But the Marvel one was just so much better.
yeah, because you had Ramita Jr. and
Yeah.
it was nuts. So
I don't know. So we'll see. I hope they sell. I hope it sells great. Liefeld says I hope it sells great because he still gets a cut. You know.
yeah, there was an announcement of this, and there was like an extra announcement because I think Capullo put the cover of the new previews out, but I couldn't find it. Like they took the story down, but it
Uh,
had Kevin Smith added to it. It had Chip added to it. I'm trying to think like Chip Zdarsky. So like there are backups in these. Each of these have some type of backup in it. So Kevin Smith's
oh,
doing the DC backup.
that's interesting.
Yeah, but I feel like it's someone they took it down and then I couldn't find it afterwards. So Tim Townsend inked here,
Which
Dan
means he
Mora
probably inked the insides. Okay.
probably. Yeah, but like
Sinclair colors.
I
That's
do
fine.
like the batarang in his eye because that just reminds me of Dark Knight.
Spawn. Wow.
Well,
Oh yeah,
yeah,
Dark
but
Knight.
that was right in his face.
No, Joker
Um,
got it in the eye, right, and Spawn got it right, cut
yeah,
down
so
his
I guess
face.
the two announcements is it's been rumored that he's going to do a Batman project, Grant Morrison, and it's like meh. So then that was like the meh announcement, and then Mark Miller's been saying he's been going. There's new project, new project, new project, blah blah
Mark
blah,
Miller. Mark
and
Miller kills
then
me
he
because
lies
he
all the time.
he
You
builds
know,
up a Superman project. I think we talked about this briefly last week.
yeah,
Builds up a Superman project, love Superman, and then Marvel. What he wants to do for Marvel is something so crazy. He still might do the Marvel project, but it needs to be approved from Disney. Now he told Liefeld what it was, and they hinted around because they were on a Liefeld was on Miller Time this week, and they
Hmm.
were really hitting around about it. But the story is supposedly ridiculous. Liefeld's like, if Marvel will let you get away with this, I will buy every cover. Like it's something so crazy that
Hmm.
only like Miller in his craziness. I don't know what it could be. I don't know what it could be. So the Marvel, I think they both might happen. He still might do the Marvel project, but it's got to get approval basically from Bob Iger. It's so ridiculous,
Hmm.
according to Liefeld and Miller. It's not just Miller building it up; it's
Yeah,
Liefeld
they got
agreeing
to
with
take
them.
some chances, dude. They got to do something because people just don't care about. I don't know.
It's funny. DC built themselves up through the strength of their books.
Mhm.
Like I feel like the all-in line's working. Absolute line is obviously super working. Marvel's like, well, people like the Ultimate books, and there's bits and pieces of Marvel that are working. Like Amazing Spider-Man's working, Incredible
Mhm.
Hulk's working. People like the Fantastic Four. I don't think it's firing on all cylinders, but it's close.
Right,
You know,
right.
we're hoping Captain America works. It's a great.
Yeah,
It's a
I want that to work.
so if they can get all their books to be solid, then Marvel could possibly build itself back up again if they don't kill it with crossovers. That's their other problem. So back to Miller, he'll probably do the Marvel project eventually, and he'll do Superman maybe when he's public domain. That's a big thing too. And
yeah,
so as we talked about last week, he had this huge announcement. Everyone thinking Marvel DC, Marvel DC. What's it going to be? And he gives you the middle finger and said it's neither. It's my new project, Psychic Sam, with John Romita Jr. Third time working together. Wolverine, Kick-Ass, Psychic Sam. Psychic Sam is a bad name. It's
terrible.
a boring concept,
Yeah,
but I think I'll probably enjoy the comic
yeah. His
because
name
I
is
just
Sam Nicoletti.
it's a all right.
He
He's
sees
Italian. He's
this
Italian
is
beyond Italian.
what was that? Is it early edition? So this guy sees murders the day before they happen. What was that? Wasn't that right? Early
Yes,
edition,
yeah.
where the guy
It's
was that Kyle Chandler? Or somebody like that. It was like a Kyle Chandler looking guy. I don't think it was Kyle Chandler, but he got the newspaper a week ahead,
okay.
and it was like an NBC show for like a season. It was almost like a Quantum Leap type of show.
This is
It was a high concept, and it just was like not very good. But like looking at that cover, like this painted cover back there, I was like, is that Frank Stallone? It's like
right.
it's not Stallone.
That's the one you're getting.
I'm gonna get the Frank Stallone. I listen. I like this lettering. I think it looks like an old '70s magazine. I think that's pretty cool looking.
Well,
I
it is a 70s magazine.
Yeah,
It's an oversized black and white magazine like
right.
Marvel used to do.
But when I saw this is the preview arc. When I saw this, I'm just like, isn't this Punisher? Are you doing just like naked, hairy Punisher, but fatter? You know what I mean? Like fatter and
Well, that's
more
not Psychic Sam. That's just a dude.
as a dude. Yeah, I don't
That's
know.
Captain Lou Albano.
But I don't like this like I don't know. I don't know. It's a lot of stuff.
Listen, man, we're gonna like the book because Mark Miller
Yeah.
can't seem to write like a bad
Look at this
comic.
dude. Look at that.
I mean, I don't love the unfunnies, but the ideas are weird.
Psychic Sam. So this was as of yesterday. Uh,
So this is
and
Kickstarter. You can go
what's that
38
goal though?
days. Oh, that's
20,
interesting. Usually
38
it's
days to
30.
go.
So he had a 40-day thing instead of a 30-day thing.
Yeah. And then it's a weird pledge goal. 27,000. So it's really weird. So yeah, and everything is, I guess he's putting it out through where it translates, I guess, right? So here's your pledges, soft cover, $25 graphic novel, 64 pages. Uh,
So they have three 64-page books. I think the first one's pretty much done.
yeah, hardcover, 64. There's your 4,000. Here's your one. That's the God level package. So signed book plate. Only four spaces exist. Four of four. No backers on this one yet. No one has $4,000 budget on this. So hardcover,
Actually, I
artist
think it's all sold
edition,
out.
soft cover. Oh, is it gone now?
Yeah, because people want to be in his comic.
Right.
This
That's right.
this this one you get killed as a character. Which is funny. It's like your likeness. I'm like,
Oh, you're looking it up.
really?
It's out. It's done.
I think so. I think that's what I heard.
Wow.
I
Okay.
know all the books with the sketches are gone.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you, but here's what's funny is get your likeness drawn. But like, does Ramita really do likenesses?
It'll look
It's
like it. Not
it's like
really. No.
um.
It'll look blocky. You know
Remember in Kick-Ass, he auctioned off for charity
the name.
Kick-Ass's name.
Yeah.
That's why it's such a weird name, like David. I forget. It's like
Wazaki or something like
was
that.
yeah
Yeah. Yeah.
something Polish sounding.
Yeah. 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 Hey man. However you want to make it. However you want to make it. And so, um, this is kind of fun. So they're going to listen. Dark Horse has the license for He-Man, but I don't think they're really doing anything with it. They do like a mini series, and I don't think it's
They
you know.
they did a bunch of stuff, and all of it kind of like they did a series based around Kevin Smith stuff,
Mhm.
which is kind of set in first. It's G1 He-Man continuity. I don't know what they call that. It's just original
Right.
He-Man continuity.
I think it was called well. What was this show called? Revolution.
Yeah, Revolution.
So
Then
I
then
think
changed to
that came out
Revelation.
as that. Yeah, I think it
Yeah,
came out as that. So, but yeah. So I mean, listen, if you're going to get it, you're going to get Freddy. You know what I mean? Like he's
Yep.
the guy.
He's the guy. He did He-Man Thundercats and
He-Man
He-Man
Turtles.
Injustice and He-Man Turtles. Yeah,
Yeah.
he did it all. So, and Tim Seeley's writing it, and Tim Seeley, he's super knowledgeable. He's like probably the best writer for the series.
Yeah, I think
You
that's
know,
his cover there. So
no, he's a good artist. He's a good artist. So hopefully this is everything he wants to do with the book.
sort of flaws.
I
I like
want to
that Man at
see.
Arms, dude. That Man at Arms is good.
I really want Dark Horse to collect the MV Creations He-Man book from the 90s, the 2000X, the
You
Michael
got to
Young
get the
comic.
Wildstorm and you got to get the MB stuff. Like, yeah, I don't know. They should be able to do it. I would imagine just as
They published the
like
mini comics. They published, what I mean, they published. Did they do the Star Comics yet?
no.
It's a shame on the DC app. You go through DC Comics Presents. There's a couple issues missing, but
Mhm.
specifically the He-Man Superman issue is missing.
Oh yeah. Yeah, you're not going to find. There's certain things that like yeah, we should make a folder of everything that is
Yeah, you're not going to get
like all
Batman
the Master
Prendel,
Kung Fu. Yeah, because this
Batman Predator. Those
yeah.
Disney owns Predator.
Well, that's not true because I think no, I think they have a crossover. I think they have I think that might even be on that DC app. I'll look up
Oh,
Elseworlds.
the crossover omnibus. There is a crossover like Batman, Superman, Predator, Aliens. I
Yeah,
remember
yeah,
them
yeah.
making that book.
Yeah. I think that might be on there. Um, but yeah, we'll see. Here's some more Punisher Red Band pages. I don't think I've seen this guy's artwork before. It looks cool, and that's your hidden gem. Your hidden gem is Mike Zeck. Was that issue one? I think that was security footage or something. That was like an issue one interior page.
It's a weird page to choose. His face is
Yeah.
very Nick Dragata looking, isn't it? Like the way.
There's two Mike Zecks. I remember when I was a kid, Mike Zeck used to frustrate me because there's two Mike Zecks. There's there and it's in the same issue. Like so if you think about Punisher one, the first actually this was issue a little bit later, but Punisher one, Circle of Death, uh has like archive footage and he's jumping and it's skinny screaming face Punisher. And then like the next page is like fathead Punisher when he's walking through the jail. So like there's two different Punishers to me. So two different Mike Zeck Punishers. So but yeah, this looks good. Listen, give me blood, give me that stuff. Give it to me.
Yeah,
DC's red.
and
So
and it, and this probably won't be on the Marvel app.
no, no, yeah, I don't think the red bands are. I don't know what they're doing. If you're doing the red band, and I mean, I was surprised. I saw like was a Werewolf by Night is red band, and it's like issue number like 8 or 9. I was like, oh, okay. Like I didn't even realize because it's not on the Marvel app, and I'm not buying it. So it's like, okay, like they're not making regular versions of that, like they did with Wolverine Revenge.
Right.
So
They give us
Wolverine
the option
Revenge,
with
I
that,
think 2 issues are up on the Marvel app now. I think 1 or 2 issues are up on the Marvel app, and it's like,
but not the
okay.
red band versions, which have extra pages, which are really neat looking. Some of them.
Yeah, I only ever saw the first one. I only saw like the pages on like someone posted them on like Reddit, like the extra page, the different pages,
Right. Right.
so it's whatever. So, but
Yep.
oh,
So this is neat looking. What you just is this officially a paper
yeah,
magazine?
yeah, I think this is the main the first one. This cover I think is rough because I feel like Thing's head is like not finished. I don't
Thing
know.
said looks like a CG from like the 90s.
Yeah, and I feel like that's just pasted in. I feel like this head's not like we're gonna light the face. It's like it's just I don't know. I don't like it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, it's
The,
supposed to make you Empire Magazine's supposed to make you want to go see this movie. When I bought every one for like the X-Men covers. Like here's Sabretooth, here's Mystique, here's
yeah,
Toad.
there's
I'm like,
something
this
about what's crazy is you ever see the Entertainment Weekly covers and they like film it. They make it like a whole like I saw the one where it was like the boys. It was like a new season of the boys, and it was like Jared Padalecki like laying down, and then he gets up and he's all like kind of drunk, and he sits back, and then the other ones are behind him. It's like they act it out, and then they like freeze frame it. Like it's like alive.
Okay.
Where this feels like just like studio, and then like, there's no one posing for that. You know what I
Like
mean? Or
we're
even their heads just seems like AI made this, right? It doesn't even seem like
we're
they posed
so
for
excited
this.
about this movie, and you can't give us like
No.
something better.
Yeah, and this just feels like someone, it's by Doaly. Exclusive subscriber cover by Dually. I guess that's the artist. Meh,
All
I
right.
don't know.
All right.
Got some toy stuff, so new live stream, and even this is disappointing. I feel like this they literally have toys you're giving them little squiggly handsy things.
All right. It's
You know,
little flame stuff. It's.
I wonder if they're doing that in the movies though. But see, like these hand. Let me go back to his
I
thing.
want to see his hand like burning stuff on the ground.
I guess it's the same hand thingy that they have. Yeah, I just feel like I was wondering if they gave him like special gauntlets that it feels very 90s. Let's give him gauntlets that control the fire a certain way. And I'm
I
like,
hope not. That would be dumb.
I don't know. John, here you go, Johnny. You know what I mean? This looks good. I think that looks good. Looks
Yeah.
good. This looks good
Looks
in
like a monster.
motion, but this like sitting there is like, oof. And that's probably accurate. That's probably like screen accurate and all that. It just is fine. I don't know if I care about it. This thing's good. It's solid. You know,
No, that's the arm effect looks good. I wonder if is it like rubber? Like can you move it?
I believe
Is it?
so. Yeah,
All
it
right.
has two different arms. It has just a regular one, which I think is kind of dumb. Like, why do I want a regular? It
It's
has him
so
just,
cool.
and then you can switch them.
So with her Invisible Woman's power, she's what blocking the money shot
It's
from Reed.
blocking it.
That's what it
That's
looks
right.
like.
That's correct.
It's fantastic. So take it in the
It's
face.
fantastic. It's
What are these?
craptastic.
These look like better hero clicks. What are they?
Yeah, they're doing versus series.
Oh,
They're
okay.
doing Game Reverse versus. So they're basically doing the Marvel versus Capcom. They look pretty good.
This looks good. War Machine, awesome.
I think the Thanos looks weird though. I think the Cap looks good. Cap
Dude,
has this like,
one of my favorite Captain America toys is the Marvel vs. Capcom Captain America toy.
oh really? Okay.
It's a fantastic Captain America toy, dude.
Hmm.
Seriously. This looks good though.
Yeah, the
I
Venom looks good.
give me Captain America.
Give me two different Venom heads. Sounds good. This I think is really funny, but this is like again, this is one of the things that I think is a mistake. But it's probably harder to make a plastic see-through for this, But I do like that when they put their names on here, it's all like literally like 8-bit or probably like a
Right.
16-bit,
16-bit, yeah.
you know.
It's like Sega Genesis level.
Look how crazy this thing looks, dude.
It's
That looks
awesome.
crazy. But look how disturbing that's like. That may not be like rebar
Can
creepy,
can you
but
touch the eye?
pretty
Can you move the
bad.
eye? It looks
I
awesome.
think so. Yeah, it just is. Ugh, yeah,
Love it.
creepy. Look at this, dude. How good that looks. Woo,
Yeah.
that's fun. That's a fun one. That's probably like 50, 70. This is the problem with I think is some of these figures that like, oh, that looks awesome. I would love to have that. It's $80. You're like, okay. I like
Oh,
looking at it.
I don't love it that
Like
much.
yeah. But it's a pretty fun. It's a pretty fun. I think we did cover these guys. I guess that's a different two
Oh
packs coming out
yeah.
of different time. But I think that they're wasting the Thanos. Thanos in the game doesn't have like it's such a trope now to have Thanos with this like snap. He doesn't snap in the game. Get out of here. Like, you know what
Right.
I mean? Like, just not a thing.
And he's never snapped in the comics.
Right. He's never snapped in the comics?
No, that wasn't a thing. I don't think it was a thing.
I don't remember.
Ooh, that looks awesome, dude. That looks jawsome.
Yeah, I do like this because I like, I like that it's like a just a full
Oh,
model.
they put a bikini on her. That's not the way it is. That's not correct, Mark. We know how she was dressed.
I guess. Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, if you're taking it from the
She's
beginning, that's correct.
she's skinny dipping in the movie, yeah.
Whoa.
Look at Shark. It looks like a megalodon. Like it looks. I just want to. This thing looks really cool. That's
Yeah, that
all.
looks
I'm
good.
just
That looks good. I could have that in my house. Yeah, I mean, that's
for
one of
sure.
our favorites. That's Sophia's
I
favorite.
had the old McFarlane movie
You had the
Maniacs.
Quint. You had the
I
Quint.
that I had the Quint, and I had the
Dude.
other one that was like a poster. It was like a 3D poster McFarlane was doing for a while.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I guess that's kind of what he's doing here, but yeah, the Quint one is insane. That's
It's great.
insane.
Oh my God,
It's
yeah.
just yeah, it's literally Jaws coming out and just like it's swallowing half of him and
Yeah.
blood and
There's
stuff. Like it's
blood in his guts, and it's
disgusting.
like the boat's sinking.
Oh my God.
But
That's insane.
I feel like a failed father because I haven't watched Jaws yet with my daughters, but I got to really set them up
Really.
for it. Like this movie is slow, but it's so good.
You can watch that and Chasing Amy right after, and then you can watch the scene where they're comparing scars because the scars that they're comparing are the same body
Yep,
parts that they're comparing in the.
I remember.
I remember watching
That
that.
was a funny scene.
Yeah, it's a good scene. Good scene. So here's I don't remember which cover this is. I guess there's Jeff Landstruck.
It's a modern cover. That's what, Adam
It's
Kubert?
Adam. Yeah, pretty good. Pretty good. These are fuzzy only because these aren't the official shots. These were from like the live stream,
Okay,
so
that's really
we'll have
really
better
shiny.
pictures. Yeah, that's good. This I think is disappointing just because I feel like the webbing, just give me black webbing. This
Ooh,
see-through webbing looks bad.
looks cheap.
It looks cheap. You know what it looks like? It looks
Looks like a
like
fly swatter. It looks like
nah,
a
it looks like when when you're taking the toy out and you have to cut the rubber bands to get them off. That's what this looks like. Like
Also,
this looks
why
like
is
rubber
his
bands all over him.
why is his hair coming out of the costume?
I don't know.
He wasn't battle torn on the first
I
one.
do not know. I don't know.
And you know what else? McFarlane,
Oh
bring it
wait,
back.
no, it's I don't think it is hair.
Oh, it's
I think it's
spiders. Oh, it's
spiders. Yeah.
spiders. That's
But
right, because
no,
these are
that's
crappy
when I
pictures.
saw it the first time. I did the same thing. I said there wasn't hair coming out of that. That was issue 3 or 4. And
Also,
here's a boring
bring back
spawn.
the McFarlane lines. He says he was pulling back on the lines. I'm like, no, embrace them. Like
Yeah,
there should
there's
I
less
want to
lines
see,
here. You're
yeah,
right.
I want to
Yeah.
see the McFarlane ink lines. Make it look like a McFarlane ink toy. He says, "Oh, we're not doing it right." I'm like, "No, keep trying."
You were doing it right. Well, I don't know. I like it. I mean,
I like it. Look
but
at
I
that
think if you're
Deadpool.
doing
Look at
it, do
that.
it on both sides because that Deadpool is good on the front, and then they forgot to do the back. They're just like, as a $29 figure, we're not doing the back. I don't know. I mean, it's like I think these look good out of package. Like I have my two out of package. I have my Deadpool and my Thor. I'm waiting for the Walmart for them to like clearance. And there's like 7 of those in my local Walmart. I want them to clearance the Iron Man. Maybe I'll go by there today to get something.
Yeah,
See
it
if
is
they
a
have it
nice looking Iron Man
clearanced.
toy.
It was in a slot that said 1997, and I had someone price check it, but there's like 49.97. I'm not spending $50 on him.
No.
But so far, all the online retailers haven't changed it. And I think if you're doing anything, I think that Hasbro. Again, I know that. I mean, I can't really say because I like this ROM is good,
Yes.
and I just don't want to take it out of packaging because it's like, I kind of do, but it's like I'm not going to buy 2 of them, but it's good. Maybe I'll keep looking at it. Maybe if eventually it goes online, and also just because they make it like it says Marvel Legends 1979 #1, and like it's just really good. You know,
Mm.
the Adam Warlock one's really nice too because the Adam Warlock one is Infinity Gauntlet. Adam Warlock. It comes with Infinity Gauntlet. It should almost come with I think it should have come with Infinity Watch #1 because that's more of
Right.
the costume. I understand it's the that design. All of them are pretty good. I haven't seen the Dakin one in person. Dakin,
Taken.
but I
Dang.
think I think that these are if you're going to do one, you know, do it, do it, do it.
Right.
Uh, and then this boring Spawn one, which is like,
It's
don't
like
care.
what realistic horror spawn? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
It's
what that
it's
is.
I don't know. It's bad. It's boring.
Listen, if you're a spawn head, it's probably great.
Yeah. Here's some animated ones. I just like this Jonah Hex design. I always like that. I haven't. This is I imagine's on the Max Marvel Max, on the Max app or DC Max, whatever, HBO Max. That was
HBO
called this
Max,
week.
yeah.
But they could change it every week. But yeah, I haven't seen. I don't remember. I remember the episode seeing it 10, 15, 20 years ago. But I imagine
Minimal.
that's in there. And then there's a Dark Star. Is that a
Hmm.
new Dark Star
I think
character-ish?
so. Looks like a new Dark Star design.
Yeah, and then Alexis, this guy, popped up a couple. I thought this was the guy that like leaked, or the art got leaked, so I was surprised he's posting more stuff. I thought this was one of the guys that his stuff got leaked by accident. But
Quote
that was
unquote
like
by accident.
an alternate design for Red Guardian. It's okay. You know what I was looking at? Red Guardian he's in that Hulk issue that I got, that reprint, because he's in with Northgard or whatever they're called.
The Soviet super soldiers?
Yeah,
Soviet
yeah,
super,
yeah.
what was it called? No, the Soviet super squad?
Soviet
Soviet
Super
super.
Soldiers. Soviet Super. I don't know.
I was right
I
the
have
first time.
that's Angel Medina. That's
That's
Angel
a
Medina
great,
one
that's a
shot.
great one shot.
But they're in that one Hulk issue, and Dale Keown draws them. It's like, poof,
Oh yeah, it's great. I love them. I
that's a
want a
fun one.
Grizzly. I want Grizzly, dude. Bring or Ursa Major. That's what he's called. He's
Ursa
called
Major.
Ursa. I want
Yeah.
Grizzly too. Grizzly's an X-Force character, big red Hulk looking dude.
Oh
But
yeah,
on the Soviet super
with the
soldiers,
six
it's
pack.
the six pack. Detroit.
We go, Rippy.
We need that. We need that X-Force movie. I want to see Garrison Kane. I want to see more Domino.
See GW Bridge, George
GW
Washington Bridge,
Bridge.
which was rumored to be in Brave New World as what's his name?
Oh,
Giancarlo Esposito.
yeah, Giancarlo Esposito.
You blew it. You
You
blew
blew
it,
it.
bro. You blew it.
Ugh.
So
So,
to kind of rotate that in. I watched the third episode of Duster, which is like a guilty pleasure show. It looks so good, and Keith David's in it. Keith David. Keith David's like a mob boss in like in LA and or where are they? I forget exactly. They're Arizona, Phoenix. Anyway, but it's got Sawyer in it from Lost, and it
right,
looks
right. Which I
great.
like. Which I
It
like
just
him.
looks great. Like it's not very good. Like it's and there's a couple times when I think when they originally maybe conceived of it, they probably knew it wasn't very good, and they're just like, we're just going to put it here so they can everyone can be in cool outfits and cool 70s outfits, and then every song is like from like the Boogie Nights soundtrack, kinda like or an alt take of something from a Tarantino. So it's all style. I don't really care. Like I kind of like that. I wish it was a little bit better, but you know what's funny is that I think is probably more substance and style, but the style annoys me. I saw a preview for Poker Face season two. Poker Face season one, I got through like two episodes and it annoyed me. It was annoying.
I liked it enough.
And the season two looks more annoying, and I'm like, I think I'm out. I can't do it. I'm out. So
Um, I'm just looking around for stuff now. IDW's doing a Street Shark comics. I think that's funny. I was in a street. I like shark creatures. I really
mhm,
do. But like I was a little too older by that point.
right.
I don't know. I just think it's funny. Did you ever see the Street Sharks Vin Diesel promotion? It's like before he was famous. He went. There was like a toy fair
Oh
thing, and he's
yeah.
like introducing all the Street Sharks. Like this guy's Hammerhead, and he brings the pain. Or like this. Like it's so funny.
Well, that's funny.
Uh,
And then Jack Black did the like Pitfall. Was it Pitfall? Yeah,
oh,
his commercial was like Pitfall. It was
oh,
like
that's
and he
funny.
was like five, and he had like a hat on. He was like Jungle Jim. He's like, and you got to swing, and yeah, that's pretty funny. So
I love that stuff. Jack Black's in some hilarious stuff. Yeah, I first seen him in like Never Ending Story 3, which is like the Never
yeah,
Ending
and he's
Story. Like nobody's seen that one. He's like the high school bully. He's got a shaved head.
yeah, wasn't it wasn't, and then he was in a movie that was like all skating people. Like it was like Airborne or something like that. I
Oh,
think
oh yeah.
it was like a rollerblade movie. And even then
Blade.
he was acting like weirder and you're like, what's this guy doing? I remember watching him like, who the fuck is this guy?
And
He was doing something else for himself.
and when I
Right.
seen Cable Guy, I'm like, oh, that's the dude from Never Ending Story.
Right.
Like he just kept like appearing, and people must just liked him. So by the time they show up on Mr. Show, you're like, he's actually really funny.
Right.
And then you get Tenacious D, and you're just like, holy crap! Like what a like. It's fun that we followed his career like accidentally. Like
Yeah,
he's
I
just very
taped Tenacious D
recognizable.
on HBO because it would show like at midnight after Mr. Show, like, it was a 50-minute show. It wasn't even a whole show. And taped it and we should watch it in the store.
Mr. Show, I could go on for hours about that show, but one thing that always jumps out at me, where I knew I loved Jack Black, is that this guy's like Jeepers Creepers. He's like, oh, you said Jeepers Creepers. Like, don't say like people would say Jeepers Creepers instead of saying Jesus Christ.
Mhm.
And he's like, oh, don't you know the story of Jeepers Creepers? And they go into this musical number of it's like Jesus Christ Superstar, but
Oh
it's like all
wow.
about Jeepers Creepers, and it's
I
so
love Legacy
funny
Star
because
Superstar.
it looks so much like the Jesus Christ Superstar movie, the style, the outfits, like, and it's like, and at one point, like, let he who throws the rock, be without sin, and
Mhm.
the person who throws the rock is what's her name? She was the female lead in Waterworld. I hate to break her down to that, but she went on
Mhm.
to be in Big Love. She was like the first wife in Big Love.
Triplethorn.
Yeah,
That's
during
all right.
she was in that sketch as a background actor, and the rock bounces and then hits like a young Sarah Silverman in the head, and she like it hit her by accident, but then she pretends to be knocked out. Like it was just worked out perfectly in
Oh
the
wow.
sketch. It's a really good sketch, like Jeepers
That's right.
Creepers.
Sarah Silverman's in that when she's like 19.
Yeah,
That's crazy, dude.
yeah, really, really good stuff. And I'm such a like I've watched the Jesus Christ Superstar movie like a ridiculous amount of times.
Didn't they do a Mr. Show on Netflix or something? but it couldn't be called Mr. Show. It was I forget what it was called though.
Yeah, I never watched it.
I never watched it either. Yeah.
I did see him live. They did do a live tour, like back in the early 2000s. They
Oh
came to
really?
Philly. They're at the Electric Factory. What's her name wasn't there because she was doing 24 at the time. But Pozane came out and he kind of introduced it.
Okay,
Ah, it was really good, dude.
that's crazy. Yeah, you've been in a lot more shows than I have for like comedy shit.
Yeah,
Jealous.
it's me and Walt, dude. We just went to so many concerts and comedy shows like for like years, and now I'm like too old and fat and tired
Correct.
and poor. Don't forget poor.
That's right. Don't ever forget that.
Because it is. It used to be like, oh, let's go to a comedy show. Sure, it's like $30. Not a problem.
Right.
You can barely go to the movies for $30. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. That's why I go like Tuesday nights. You know what I mean? Like it's where it's $7. You know, like so.
Yeah, yeah. I got my
So
movie crew. We're all gonna go see Ballerina next Saturday.
yeah, then you just come over.
Sure.
I'll make burgers.
And then I think the following week I'm taking the kids to go see How to Train Your Dragon. I think that's going to be. I think that might be a $1 billion movie. People are like underselling it, but like that could be
Mm.
the secret. That's the Inside Out 2. Like everyone thought Inside Out 2 was going to bomb. Not bomb, but like we're like, oh, it's a sequel from like a movie 10 years ago.
Right.
Nobody's going to
Right.
care. Pixar movies had kind of been going down for like a year or two, and then boom, biggest that was the biggest movie last year. That beat out Deadpool Wolverine.
Oh, did it really? That
Yeah.
makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah,
No,
Thunderbolts I think is stalled. I think Thunderbolts is done now.
I
I think
think it's
it's
being
out.
pulled out of theaters like next week,
Mm.
which is a shame because it's good.
Yeah, I saw someone talk about it and they dissected a little bit and they were saying like the third act should have been what the last piece of it was. Like they should have done the new Avengers reveal and then like have them be the new Avengers like doing something in the third act. And I'm
Hmm.
like, how would that even make sense? I think it's pretty perfect. I like that there wasn't a fucking like, like a hole in the sky and shit happened. You know what I mean? That there wasn't a major danger.
Yeah.
They were the actual danger. They actually protected themselves from themselves, like so it was kind of, and I don't know if I ever really bought I don't I think the only thing they could have changed in the script for that per se is the Black Widow that she wanted to do something else. Like, I don't think you want to be more exposed. I want like a more fit. What does she call it? Like a more face fronting, I don't
Yeah.
believe that. I don't
Well,
think I don't think
I
so. She
mean,
was just bored.
Natasha, all her secrets got revealed in the one movie, and then she's still an Avenger later on. You just can't let it bother
Yeah, I
you.
don't know. I just
You
think
can't
it's
let
I
your
think it's goofy,
you can't let your past take you down.
Right.
So,
Yes,
yeah,
you can. Yes, you can.
you shouldn't let it take you down.
Right. All right,
So,
everyone. Well, we're
that's
gonna
it.
check it out for reviews day. We got new side by sides coming for the Youngblood Deluxe number two. Go
Yes,
watch your Deluxe number one. So over here, I've been putting
we
that
we
as
we
the ender.
compare. We will compare Youngblood number 2 from 1992 to Youngblood Deluxe number 2 from 2025.
Yeah. And then
Neat
what?
stuff.
And then the recoloring in 2006, 2008.
Yeah,
Uh,
all the recoloring is done from
see if they
2006.
did anything. You said they moved balloons around. Russ
Very,
Wooten's
very,
getting
very few.
paid.
Very few.
Russ Wooten's got to
It
he's
was
got to
more.
justify his pay.
He probably did it for free. It's probably like, man, you know what I mean? Something like, oh, you're going to reprint it? Let me take a look at it. That's all.
Yeah. Get paid, bro. Get paid, Russ Wooten.
That's right.
So.
So, all right, everyone, have a good week. We'll catch you on the flip side, dude.